that are just getting started, is that online is where most of the brand perception will take place moving forward. It's very possible that someone will ask about what are the quality yoga studios in my area online, and never ask a person just in the area. Well, online is going to tell the story, and if the story does not include you because you're not there or you're not well represented, you can draw your own conclusions of how that will end. Further to that, beyond brand perception, fans will empower your brand even in your absence. What I mean by this is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at any time someone can hit your fan page. If they recognize a fan that is a mutual friend of theirs or someone they know, they may just message them, hey, I didn't know you went to the studio. What do you think? How are they? And in most cases, I think we can all agree our challenge is not providing quality instruction or giving people a strong service. Our challenge is usually finding ways to have more people walk through the doors and convert more of them to regular members. But once they are your regular members, they're usually pretty loyal and excited about what you do. If someone was to message them or inquire online via your fan page, you're going to get a glowing recommendation even when you're not there. Imagine what that would do for your business. Also, one more thing about fans is it's like having an email list, except you know that pretty much everybody will actually read the email. Any of you in this webinar today that have a fairly decent email list and you send out a newsletter, if you're using an email system that allows you to track the open rate, you'll probably all agree the open rate could be a lot higher. It's probably not as high as you would like. Thank you, Sarah. Beyond that, let's take a look at Facebook. When you get a message to your Facebook profile account, chances are you will check it. Maybe not within the hour, but certainly within the day. Email, as you know, is an older technology, and because Facebook is a novelty and you might not have as many people sending you messages through Facebook as you do through your email account, it's kind of like a VIP account that people will check. Usually they have a more positive association with the messages that come to their Facebook inbox than the messages that come to their email inbox, and this is for a variety of reasons. I'm sure you can fill in some of the blanks there. Another thing is the custom tabs. Now, we'll cover this a little later if we have time, but overall, the Facebook fan pages allow you to kind of build your own little customized tab strategy. And tabs, what I mean by that is those little menu items along the top of your page. This allows you to really develop kind of a cool impression when they first come to your page. It's not the regular Facebook account profile where it's just, info, photos, and so forth. Also, you can integrate with all the other social networks on a fan page. There's these things some people call widgets or mashups that connect your fan page to several other social media channels, which will really allow you to create much stronger traffic strategies to put in place in comparison to a personal account. And if this is starting to sound a little bit too technical, don't worry. We'll fill in the blanks with some visuals a little bit later. But the idea is to create an online social connection between your fan page and other interesting networks where you post really cool content to. So, 3 reasons why you need a fan page. We've just covered those. Okay, so quick review for anyone who hasn't done it yet. How do I create one? An unacceptable excuse for not having a fan page would be I don't know how to create one. Here's how you do it. Go to any fan page on Facebook, any fan page. Go to the bottom left of the screen and look for the link that says create a page for my business. Click it. Next up, just fill in the blanks. That's all there is to it. Fill in the blanks. Now, you can go a lot farther after you've made the fan page, and we'll talk about some of the things you can do. But overall, that's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. So please, make it a goal to create a fan page if you haven't already, at least by the end of this week. Now, here's the big part. How to drive traffic to it. Please hear me clearly on this. A fan page is useless if nobody is visiting it. It's absolutely useless. So how do we drive traffic to it? Well, I'm going to try my best to go over an action plan and a sample plan for you right now. Please note that some of it will apply to your wish and how you want to do these things. Some of it may not. This is purely my suggestion from experience. So let's talk about this action plan. First of all, review it with your entire staff. Do not try to take this on completely by yourself. Okay? By staff, I mean everyone. Your front desk person if you have one. If you're not there yet, any teachers or colleagues that you're collaborating with, they have to be on board. Next up, if you're not measuring it, do not bother. Marketing, that's the rule. Anything you do with marketing, whether you spend money or time on it, if you can't measure it, don't do it. You're basically managing in the dark. Okay? Next up, if you don't have a plan and review it at the end of each week for your first 3 months, your page will simply not grow. There's no way it will grow. You have to measure it. You have to have a plan. You have to review it weekly. By the end of your first 3 months and following your plan, you will get into a rhythm. It will become second nature to you and your team, and everything will start to go on autopilot. You do need to experiment, adapt, and then try it again. Because if the first plan does not work, an unacceptable approach after that is to stop. Remember the ostrich at the beginning of the webinar hiding? We don't want to be that person. Okay? All of us have tried things and failed in life, and whenever it's important enough, we found a way to try again. This is one of those times. If you enjoy what you do for a living, you need to experiment, adapt, then try again. Repeat, repeat, repeat until you start to get some traction. Also, make sure you have a Facebook username. What I mean by this is you can get a custom URL or a custom Facebook address, such as facebook.com/ABC Studio. However, you cannot do this until you have the minimum 25 likes on your fan page. Okay, so that's kind of the final step in setting up your fan page, is creating the custom URL or the custom address. Okay, so to keep you engaged, I figured it would be best if I went over an example approach that I recommend. For those of you that already have a fan page, this can definitely still apply to you. You can always reposition your page and relaunch it. If you haven't had the results that you like thus far, there's nothing wrong with mentally starting over again. Okay, so let's get down to business. Part 1 of my sample plan, I call it the prep. The first thing I do is I start with each of the teachers and staff members. We want to get them ready to invite all their friends, their students, their colleagues. Okay? If they are all ready to invite them, when you launch the page, you have that many more people sending traffic to it. And one of the things we need to always know about social media is it is more effective when other people are pushing you versus yourself pushing yourself. Okay? What I mean by pushing is promoting or requesting attention. It's always better when a third party is doing that. So definitely get your teachers, your staff members, their friends, their students, their colleagues all ready to invite people. You need to teach them the best ways to do this. If you just give them this direction and say, hey, can you get ready to email all your friends a link to my fan page? You might get them emailing their personal account of 20 people when they might have another account of 100 or 200. Or maybe they have a Facebook page already that has 1,000 or 2,000 friends, and it would be better for them just to put up a post with a link to your fan page, once every few days for a week. So you need to teach them the best ways to do this. Do not leave it up to them. That's not fair. They're doing you a favor. The least you can do is help them position the best way to help you. If you're not aware of how to do that, there are companies, hint, hint, that can definitely teach you. Get ready to email all of your contacts a link to become a fan. Okay? Now, the step I recommend you take before you do this is consolidate all of your contacts into one list. I provide a program that does this myself, but a good example of a free program is Gmail. Gmail is an amazing email app that makes it very easy to import contacts from other lists and build one big master database so that when you're ready to launch your page, it's a simple email from Gmail to everybody. Also, in preparation, please customize your page in consideration of both the people who have never been to your studio as well as for the people who used to come but no longer do. These are our hottest people to create fans that will become students. The people that have yet to try you and the people that have already tried, and for whatever reason, they decided to stop coming. Examples of ways to customize your page in consideration of them: have an incentive to become a fan. Something free, a special discount, maybe some really quality information that they'd like to read or a video they'd like to see. And there's really cool ways that you can lock this content on your fan page until they hit the like button, in which case they'll then have access to it, whether it's the special, the free something, or some content that they may be interested in. And by content, I mean an article, a video, so forth. After you've done part one, the prep, it's time to get ready with the content, okay? I feel this right here is the clarifying portion that you either succeed or fail. And I don't mean succeed or fail permanently, but this is that place where the plan may need to be reevaluated and relaunched if it's not working the first time around. So let's talk about content. No matter what, do not promote your fan page. Don't start the promo until you've made a publishing schedule with quality content ready to go. There is no reason for them to become a fan unless you are engaging them in a conversation or providing some kind of value with remarkable content. The definition of remarkable is something that's worth being remarked about. So if it's not content that people will talk about, it's not remarkable, which means it should not be part of your plan. What am I saying? I'm saying before you promote your fan page, have at least your first month of content in the background ready to go. You don't want to launch a fan page, get all this excitement around it, and then go, okay, so what should I put on it? What kind of post should I put up? That right there is going to put unneeded pressure on yourself. So part of getting your fan page launched and promoting it is also having a plan for the content. I might be being a little bit overboard saying have a month ready to go in advance. I'm sure you could do fine with 2 weeks, but create a schedule for yourself to produce and get this content, and then have it ready to go so that when it's time to post it, it's clockwork. The two most popular questions around content that I get: what kind of content is one of the questions? How often should I post? So I'm going to cover both of these questions right now. First off, how often should we post to our fan pages? Well, if you're asking the ideal model, it's actually 2 to 4 times per day. That will get you the most results. Now, that probably kind of scared some of you away from this idea. Wait, who is this John guy who's telling me that now I need to invent more time in the day to create quality posts with good content and post it 2 to 4 times a day? There's no way. He must have never run a business. There's no way we can do this. It's ridiculous. Okay, fair enough. I'm not saying that you have to do it 2 to 4 times a day. I'm just saying that will create the best results. Certainly, no matter what, though, pick a schedule you can stay consistent with. Or you can work with a company that can assist you. There's another hint. But what I'm trying to say is stay consistent so that the people who come to your fan page are rewarded with something interesting. That way, they have a very positive association with the visit. We all know that whole saying around first impressions. Further to that, if the impression you make on them with your content and your page is strong enough, guess what you think they're going to do? They'll share your page with others. The moment you see one person share with another person, meaning you yield a fan and a few days afterwards a couple more fans join and they're related to that person, that right there is the definition of a successful content strategy. Okay? So one more time, 2 to 4 times per day will get you the best results. But if you can't stick to that, it's okay. Pick a schedule you can stick to. Even 3 times a week is better than nothing. All right? And if you're unable to produce content, there are other options. You can outsource it. Okay, next up. The second biggest question. What kind of content should we post? This is huge. All right? If you don't have a firm grasp around the type of content that you place on your fan page, this right here could be the place that ends up breaking the whole process. Okay? So we really need to focus in on this area. If you do have a pencil and notes ready to take, please get your hand ready. If you don't, this would be the part of the recording that you'll definitely want to reconsider and go over and over and over again. Okay, so